Hi. This session is called The Key. So this client, she has come for hypnosis in the past, and the last session that she had, which was all around Egypt in ancient times, and the sound did not record properly. And this time, the beginning part of the session didn't record. Sometimes the energies play around, they're so strong, or for whatever reason, things don't always get recorded properly. So I'm going to read the first bit of the session, and then the last bit of the session, or part of the session, will be on video of her under hypnosis. So she had seen an eye, and it had become diffused, and there was a veil, and it needs to lift. She felt like she was quite tall, and she was lying down, and even though it felt cushioned, she felt like she was on stone or cement, and it was very misty. She felt like she was androgynous, and that she was on top of a pyramid in a chamber, and an upper chamber, and that the top was open. The point of the pyramid was gone. This was about communication, and there was light, and she said, "I feel the light." She was waiting for a beam, and her heart has to open, and then she was drawn up into the beam, and she actually became very emotional. This took a while, like in between these things, her heart opened up, and she was very emotional. And there was an arc of light, but she was being used as a transmitter. And she said she was the essence of who I am. The key is missing, and I wondered if it had been taken, but this is where the video comes in. The interesting thing is, I believe some of it may be in the video later, but in another time, somehow it had been revealed to her that her heart had been taken and put in an envelope of energy, and it was taken out of her, and a crystal had been put in there in place, and that was like to transmit energy for these other people, other beings. But she didn't enjoy it, she didn't like it. And she felt through this session that the crystal had shattered and her heart had gone back in. I believe it was because of that session. So we shall see what transpires. And the other interesting thing was, you'll notice her eyes become wide open, but she's still in a trance. So you can have your eyes wide open and still be under hypnosis. It's quite fascinating. You're in like two places at once, like a daydream almost. So let's get on and see the rest of the video of what happens once she's in this arc of light and talking about the key that is missing. How can you change the situation from being used? Can you use your voice?
I can use the power within me. It has been suppressed.
Okay. Allow that process to happen, to find that power within you.
The key is missing.
The key is missing. Who has that, or where can it be found?
It has been taken.
From the people that are using you?
No, the people that are using them.
Is there something that can override the key? Or how do we get that? Is there somebody we could call on?
Seth.
So we call in the power of Seth, the energy, the frequency, to come and assist in releasing of being used as a transmitter, being released from this arc of light. And just let me know when you feel Seth's frequency or presence.
It's changing.
As it's changing, notice all the other things that it affects as it's changing.
It feels soft. And the eye is there.
Is the veil still there as well, or is that part of what was?
The veil is there but different. It's a protection.
Is there anything happening inside at the moment? Energy or tingles?
I just see triangles, triangles around the eye.
Like a pyramid?
Now just a triangulation around the eye, as if the eye is a doorway.
Would you like to go through the doorway? Into the eye?
The eye is becoming diffused light, golden light.
Is it the golden light expressing out of the eye, or is it going inwards in the eye? Or it's just staying in a circular or other fashion?
It's like a mist. It's like a vaporous mist.
And is this in a space and time, or is it on Earth, still in that pyramid chamber?
No. It's like a no zone, a space. have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a mist passing over me. It's amorphous. It has no color, no texture. It's muted. It's just like nothingness.
Mm-hmm.
I need light.
Mm-hmm. Where will that come from? What can bring you a source of light in this moment of nothingness?
The key.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have the key.
Mm-hmm. Seth has come to help.
I've been stuck.
Mm-hmm. So it's like this Seth came and the field changed and there's a softness and has given you a reprieve, it seems, almost, from being used. And now, who can you call in, or how? Allow your vision to see how you will be able to get this key. It seems to be important.
It's close, but not to be revealed yet.
Oh, okay.
It will be revealed when it is right.
Mm-hmm.
Not now. It is too soon.
Mm-hmm. Are you able to say what changes would happen once you have the key?
Light.
Mm-hmm.
Light of life.
Mm-hmm.
Light of guidance.
Mm-hmm. And is this beyond yourself? This is the light and guidance for all, or?
It is for all when they are ready.
Mm-hmm. But you've been taken out of that transmitter phase. You're not being used as that at the moment now since Seth came in. Is that correct?
Yes, it's like being in between.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's no space.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find not back, but forward.
Mm-hmm.
The light is changing.
Mm-hmm.
It's pale violet mist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back in the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
The beings are gone.
Mm-hmm. Or is it still open?
No, I'm in the top.
Mm-hmm.
That is how I made the journey.
Mm-hmm. But before it sounded like the top had been taken off.
The capstone is a craft.
Right. I see. And that's how you made your journey?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I became other than what I am.
Mm-hmm. And who were these people that, or beings that took you?
They have no name.
Mm-hmm.
They are all that is.
Mm-hmm.
They are source.
Mm-hmm. So was it Source using you as a transmitter?
We are all source.
Mm-hmm.
We have forgotten. Time is irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
We will know.
Mm-hmm. What was that journey into the ark? What was that? An ark of light and being used as a transmitter?
That was to give me back the key.
But it still wasn't time?
I have it.
Was that through the violet mist?
It was a transformation.
Mm-hmm.
The key is not an object.
Mm-hmm.
The key is source.
Mm-hmm.
And source is a seed within us all
Mm-hmm.
that needs to reawaken.
Mm-hmm.
We have forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to remember.
Mm-hmm. Is there a message on how we can help, how will others remember? Maybe we can't do it, but how will people remember? What's their key for humanity? Or
There will be a metamorphosis
mm-hmm.
happening within the hearts of those who hold the key
Mm-hmm.
to raise the vibration.
Mm-hmm.
It will happen simultaneously
Mm-hmm.
on a certain chord of cosmic sound that will hit the earth,
Mm-hmm.
and humanity will be free, as will earth.
Mm-hmm. everyone holds the key. Is that right?
They must. That was strange.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a memory of lying in the upper chamber, being surrounded by light beings,
Mm-hmm.
and they removed my heart,
Mm-hmm.
and it was put in a, not a cask, in a vibrational envelope
Mm-hmm.
that was suspended somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And what was put in here was a crystal.
Mm-hmm.
That's been shattered.
The crystal has been?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
As I said that, I could feel my heart beating.
Mm. Because it was a replacement?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Can you get a sense of why they had to, like, was the crystal a communication device? Was it a...
Yes. It was used.
Mm.
It was used. I was used.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I had no power of my own.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, I found a crystal one day at the markets. Are we still recording?
Mm-hmm.
And it looked like a sarcophagus. And I call it my sarcophagus crystal. And when I picked it up, I connected to being in the upper chamber of one of the great pyramids.
Mm-hmm.
And having my heart removed, and that sarcophagus. Yeah. I wonder if that crystal will now shatter. Because I have it, I use it with clients who are stuck, who are holding dark energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually place it between their legs.
Oh, I know the one. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps that energy will change to...
It's a very dark crystal.
It maybe needs to go in the sun, and then it might also change to...
But it has it obviously has its purpose because of what it was and what it meant to me. I obviously used it to help people release what they couldn't release on their own, as I felt.
trapped.
Yes.
An interesting sarcophagus. It is like entrapment, isn't it?
Yes. How weird.
And so having that heart, your heart put back in, that connects to...
Yes.
So who were these beings? Do you know?
Anunnaki.
Mm. Mm.
They were in control of teleportation, transmitting interplanetary, yeah.
Mm. So what did they do with your heart?
It was put in an envelope of
Like,
energy.
and what?
And when the crystal shattered, it was like the envelope opened and the heart was back.
So what did they do with your heart in the interim?
It was in the envelope.
It was just in the nothing space.
It was in an energy envelope. It was in suspension. It was in...
But they couldn't destroy it or didn't choose to destroy it?
They couldn't destroy it.
Right. 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 How did that crystal shatter? That was in your heart space.
It shattered when they left.
Was that when Seth came in? Or are you not sure when?
I'm not sure now. It's...
Did some of that connect to just now, or was that a memory from before? Or was it part of that?
I think it was part of it, but now I'm sort of
Yeah, I know.
back in me.
Yeah. So they were using you, it was very clear that they were using you as a transmitter and being in the ark and not...
Yep. I was being used as a transmitter, transformer.
For them.
Yes.
For their agenda.
Yes.
And you were an important being, person, or whatever. You were androgynous.
Yes, I was androgynous, which means that I wasn't of this planet.
And do you know, was the pyramid Egyptian or another part on the earth, or you're not quite certain?
I'm being told it was on the moon.
Ah, very interesting.
Mm.
Oh. Can you see what that pyramid looked like?
It's on the dark side of the moon. And it's a vast pyramid. It's still there.
Is it solid or clear or invisible? Like invisible crystal?
It's like it's energy, but it's solid. It's solid, but it's vibrational. But it's underneath the pyramid that the beings live.
The ones that used you? Or the ones that were part of who you were?
The ones that used me. They... I don't even want to remember them. They are...
Okay. That's very good, yeah. So noticing having the heart in place.
I feel at peace. I feel as though I wouldn't say whole again, but at peace in myself. Still. There is a whole... Everything is in rather than on the moon. It's in.
Yeah. And those other beings are gone now, or are they still there?
Still there. It's like a way station. It's because, yeah, they're still there, and that's what's been influencing the earth as well.
Is that part of our balance in consciousness, or balance in things, that they're still there but they're not able to take hold of?
No, they're being suppressed, and they're not as active.
Mm-hmm.
They've had to withdraw a lot of what they were doing,
Mm-hmm.
but they're still very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we need to take back our power.
Mm-hmm. Do you get any sense of where the frequency or sound that will help Earth come from? Do you see where that's?
Yes. It feels like there needs to be 7,
Mm-hmm.
and all reaching the same tone, pitch, frequency,
Mm-hmm.
so that it can be directed. I don't know what at. It's not the moon.
Earth and its pyramids, or sacred spots.
It's something to release something what once was.
Mm-hmm.
But has been drawn out by those that came to harvest, withdraw, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a frequency.
Mm-hmm. So are you saying the 7, is that 7 tones, or?
7 tones, yes, 7 tones from 7 people.
And are there people on Earth or people in?
Humans.
Uh-huh.
And it could be 7 in different places, groups of 7,
Yeah.
making the same frequency tone.
Mm-hmm.
That it will shatter the energy of the dark forces.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People are frightened to make their sound.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you realize that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when you lose the fear of making your soul sound,
Mm-hmm.
that's when you bring back what it is you've lost.
Mm.